Hot. Hey, look at me. How are you? Huh? Ooh, a trophy. Invincible Scott. Kind-hearted. Yeah, not in the next playthrough. Then I'll be doing on my own, not recording. I want to see all the endings by myself. By playing the game. Do everything differently. Play as a dick. Play as a nice guy. Shepherd.
Hello, I'm looking for Anne Shepard's room.
How does she know?
Please sign the visitor's book.
Fine.
Are you a member of the family?
Yeah, you could say that.
Oh, she'll be pleased to have a visitor. No one ever comes to see her.
Wow.
With the Alzheimer's, she has trouble remembering things, but it'll still please her. You know. It's room 19 at the end of the corridor.
Thank you.
The end of the corridor. At the end of the corridor. Let's go. That's room 8. Is that her in the chair? Flowers. Okay. "17 at the end of the corridor." Wait, why is she looking over here? Oh, it's 19. Would you look at that? Oh, I was like, what the hell? What is this? Oh, a receipt.
Hello, Mrs. Shepard.
Hello.
Is it time for my pills already?
No, Mrs. Shepard,
They're never on time with my pills. I don't know what they do here. In the other hospital, they were always on time. But here...
Introduce yourself. You don't
My name
ask
is Madison
questions
Page.
first.
I'm a
Jeez.
journalist. I'd like to ask you some questions about your son.
I don't like this hospital. The food isn't very good, you know.
Do you remember John?
My Johnny. He is a good little boy, you know.
Your other son, Mrs. Shepard. John's twin brother. What was his name?
What other son? I have no other son. I never had any children.
What the?
I know what happened at Carnaby Square. Do you remember?
Carnaby Square. I think I used to live there a long time ago. We didn't have much money at the time, you know. We had to make do with very little.
Huh.
Try to remember, Mrs. Shepard. John's twin brother was placed with a foster family after the accident. What was the name of the foster family?
I asked them for a television, you know. They said I didn't have enough money. It's a pity. I'm fond of television.
It's okay.
I think your son is in trouble, Mrs. Shepard. He's done some terrible things. I need to find him. Do you understand?
Terrible things you're telling me. He never came to see me, can you believe it? In
What
10
a
years,
bitch.
never. No one forgets their mother, do they?
You had a son named John, and John had a twin brother.
Do you have my pills? It's time for my pills.
Mrs. Shepard, your son may be linked to a series of murders. Perhaps you have some information that could help the investigation.
Are you a new nurse? Where are my pills?
Oh my god. Let's go get your fucking pills. What the fuck is this? I can open the locker.
You don't seem to get many flowers, Mrs. Shepard.
No, but I love them. My son knows that I love flowers. I know he'll bring me some.
Ah. Ew! No. Fuck hospital bathrooms. Let's go grab those flowers on the table.
Does Mrs. Shepherd ever talk about her past?
It's not all very clear to her now. Sometimes she'll remember the oddest things, though. I suppose if she sees something that reminds her of her past.
Does she get many visitors?
She's been here for 10 years and you're the first.
Wow!
Did she ever mention her sons?
Sons? Well, she often mentions John. I think he drowned.
Does she ever talk about her other son?
I didn't know she had another one. I've never heard her mention it. Sometimes, if you show her things, it seems to trigger a memory from her past.
Yeah, you just
You might
fucking
get
said
it to
that.
remember.
Thanks for the advice.
Let's grab these fucking flowers. She loves them so much. There they are. Or a flower. That works. Madison, you are wearing the same clothes all the time. You know what? I don't care. It smells like strawberry cheesecake. And cotton candy. Ah. Origami. I can't grab the origami.
What a lovely orchid. My sons loved orchids. We used to grow them in the back. When John died, I laid orchids on his grave.
Is that the lady from the street? Like in the credits? Ooh.
Are these your children, Mrs. Shepherd? John and his brother? Is that them?
They're good little boys. Their father never looked after them, always drinking. They didn't have an easy life, you know.
There's a Sean. What was the son's name? There's nothing in there. I said I can open this locker, but now it doesn't. There's an origami on the fucking table. There.
Did you make these origami figures?
My little paper animals. They played with them for hours. I showed my boys how to make them, you know.
Oh shit, she's
Yes,
the
your
origami
boys,
killer.
Mrs. Shepherd. John and... what was your other son's name again?
My other son? I only had one son. My little Johnny.
Wow. 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 Really? Really? Hummingbird. The dog. We're gonna make the dog. Okay. So you fold it like that.
Oh, you know how to do these little dogs too.
I don't. I read the book.
My children loved origami. I taught them how to do it. John loved the little dogs. He always wanted to call them Max. Max, Max, Max. All dogs with the same name. I was wasting my time telling him they couldn't all have the same name. But he always wanted his paper dogs Max. It's funny, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
I cried when they told me. I'd already lost one of my children, and now they were taking away another one, you understand.
Family's name.
The foster family, Mrs. Shepherd. What was the name of the foster family that adopted John's brother?
They were really very nice people. I met them, you know. In the beginning, I used to go and see my little boy. And then I got sick and I couldn't go any longer. Perhaps he thought I'd forgotten him. He must have thought I didn't love him anymore.
Wow.
His name, Mrs. Shepherd. What was his name?
But I loved him.
Just answer the goddamn
I
question!
knew how much I missed him.
Please, Anne. His name. What was his name?
Come closer.
What? She's gonna kill me. She's the origami killer. What? 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 Would you? Cliffhanger? Now I know what it feels like.